Hi, Shalom, Shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well, teach well while learning truth, 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say Shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and Shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere in your children, Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be building off of this situation you had occur. As you can see from the title of the video, it says Mexico weather, 27 people deleted in Mexico floods. And this happened, I believe, yesterday. But ultimately, you have this situation occur where you had a lot of Issacharites, which are Israelites, you see, that were basically flooded out, man. And ultimately, the Lord is bringing judgment upon you tribes, man. You see, this is why we tell you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians to repent, man, and to seek the Lord. Because ultimately, these judgments from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are only going to continue to get worse and worse, man. Right? So ultimately, it was a flood that they said happened that ultimately, deleted them. All right. So I'm going to grab this precept right here because, like I said, the Lord controls the elements. He controls everything. Everything that happens in the earth, whether good or bad, the Lord is the one that's sanctioning and giving the order for these things to happen. Right. This is Isaiah 28 and verse 2. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. You see, so like I said, that's exactly what the Lord did. He brought this flood upon those Issacharites in Mexico, man. The Lord brought that judgment through. You see, as it tells us right here in this precept, I'm going to grab. This is Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil, right? Meaning bad times. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, do all these things, man. So like I said, all of this was judgment from the Lord, man. And these judgments are going to continue to intensify, you see. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? That trumpet represents this word that's going out from the men of the Lord, starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. We're warning you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians who are the biblical Hebrew Israelites to seek the Lord, man, to repent, to turn back from your wickedness, man, turn away from your transgressions. You see, repent, turn back to the Lord, sorrowful and remorseful for your wrongful thoughts, sins, and doings. That's what we're warning you to do, Jake. Right. So it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? And we can tell that our people are not afraid of the things that we're warning them of. We're telling them that the Lord is bringing nothing but evil unto the earth, man, and that ultimately they need to be getting right with him. But Jake is not trying to get right with the Lord. Jake want to continue to do things in a way that they see fit to do them, man. So guess what? The Lord going to keep judging you, Jakes, man. Right. And it's going to get worse. It says, shall there be evil in the city? Right. And the Lord have not done it. So like I said, this all was brought by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This was judgment from the Lord. Right. So we're going to get straight into the video. We're going to listen to it. But before I start it, I'm going to say fair use under 1976 Copyright Act. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is for educational purposes only. Fair use.
Rainfall in Mexico has left at least 27 people dead and many more missing. Downpour has triggered several landslides, cutting off power in some municipalities and causing rivers to burst their banks. The Quezon's river has surged suddenly, inundating approximately 35% of the area around it. Water levels have in fact risen 1.5 meters, catching residents off guard and leaving them unable to secure their belongings before the deluge hit. The Teculta River has also burst its banks, flooding large sections of Gutierrez Zamora.
Right, and you heard what it is she said. She said it happened so quick they wasn't even able to get their belongings and all of the different things in place, man, because like I said, that's how the judgment of the Lord comes. It comes when you least expect it, swiftly, right? As it tells us right here, let me grab that. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 12. It says, for man, right, or woman, also knoweth not his or her time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, right? So ultimately, just like when a fisherman is out fishing, you see, and he throws the rod into the water and he hooks up a fish, you see, and ultimately that fish gets cooked and gets served on a plate or whatever gets done to it. The fish don't know that it's ultimately going to be snatched up out of the water. That's the same thing with men and women. We don't know when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai can ultimately, bring things upon us, man. That's why ultimately for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, you should be making it your duty to do everything you can to please the Lord, man. You see, but we know that only the elect of our people are going to be in that spirit, man, of trying to please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? But it says, And as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, right? When it falleth suddenly upon them. And that's how this flood came, suddenly, because they wasn't expecting it to come, right? It just showed up out of the nowhere, man. And that's how the Lord operates, you know. It comes upon you when you least suspect it, man, right? That's why, as it tells us in Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. It really is, all right? So we're going to get back into the video.
Local officials have warned that conditions could worsen as rain continues to fall in upstream mountain areas. The flooding has been attributed to heavy rainfall caused by a trough and tropical disturbance that has brought intense precipitation to mountainous regions of Veracruz and neighboring Puebla, sending massive amounts of water downstream into populated areas. Listen in to what some of the residents have had to say.
Nadie estaba previsto para esto. Como se puede ver, las mesas, sillas, todo. Llegó más de metro y medio de alto a todo lo que es comedor y todo el restaurante, comida, cocina, comedor, baños, área de juegos, área privada, todo está en pésimas condiciones.
Nos indican que las lluvias van a seguir. Sobre todo lo importante es estar monitoreando las lluvias en la parte de arriba, lo que es Espinal, Coyutla, que es de donde viene el agua que llega aquí al río Tecolutla. Entonces, si llueve allá, a pesar de que aquí no llueve, pero si llueve allá en la sierra, es complicado porque sí va a seguir subiendo el nivel del río. Ahorita se va a mantener estable, estamos esperando que nos informen si está lloviendo en la parte de la sierra y eso para poder darle la atención necesaria a la comunidad en caso que se requiera.
Shifting focus to some tragic news coming in.
Right. And we heard what it is that, like I said, they were talking about, man. You see, 27 people were, confirmed deleted. And also you got multiple people they say that are still missing. So like I said, man, that's all this was judgment from the Lord, man. You see, because as it tells us right here, let me grab this precept. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Lord, belong the issues from death. You see, so like I said, everything that happens on the earth, whether good or bad, the Lord is the one sanctioning it, man. You see, life and death, when these things happen, the Lord is the one that's controlling it, man. Right? As it tells us right here, let me grab this precept. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me, no Buddha, no Allah, no Jesus, none of these idols that you believe, Jake. I kill and I make alive. This is talking about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. So like I said, there was nobody that could ultimately deliver those Jakes out of that flood, man, because ultimately the Lord, the one that allowed that to take place, man. You see? That's why we tell you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians to turn to the Lord, man. You see, as it tells us right here, let me grab this. This is Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, make no tarrying, right? Which means don't take your time. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. For suddenly, right? Just like this flood, it happened suddenly. Shall the wrath of the Lord come forth and in thy security when you thinking everything going good, thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. Right? Because like I said, this was all judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And things like this is only going to continue to get worse, man, and more prevalent in the earth. Right? As it tells us right here, 2nd Esdras 14 to 16. For yet greater evils, right? So greater bad times than what we've seen with this flood are going to come, man. Things are just going to continue to get worse and worse day in and day out. Right? Then those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Right? Verse 17. For look how much the world shall be wicked through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, talking about the people. So like I said, you're going to have more situations like this occurring, man, with just, judgments and evils just coming out of the woodworks, man. But like I said, the Lord is the one that's orchestrating it all. That's why we tell you Israelites, like I said, to turn back to the Lord, man, because it's only going to get worse out here, man. You see? But with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying, just something quick through the spirit. To the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.